Hey everyone, I'm Randy Varnell, Creative Director on Battleborn, and we're here to welcome you to another week of questions from the community for Battleborn. Every week you guys send in your questions and we try to answer a few. If you have future questions for Battleborn, you can post them to Badass Questions on Twitter or leave them in the comments below the video here. Ed Raysaws asked the following question: will we have player cards and emblems? It may be a minor question, but I would love to know. Ed, I'd like to tell you that yes, we will. We call them titles, and you unlock them by completing challenges. They will give you both a phrase to put on your name card at the top and a little icon emblem that will go with it. So yeah, absolutely a lot of those to unlock in a way to show off your achievements to the rest of the players. Austin Tyler Bledsoe asks, if you field a team that is all the same faction, do you get some sort of bonus for the mission? Austin, we've talked about that several times. We want to be sure at launch that no faction really has an advantage over any other, but it is something we would really, really love to look at in the future. There are certain play strengths with the factions. For example, the Eldred have no shields, but have incredible health regeneration. Generate characters typically have lifesteal. Peacekeepers have very, very heavy shields. So you can find some synergy and strategy with that, but there are no specific bonuses that we apply right now. But that's an interesting thing to think about in the future. Ben Sampson asks, if you play a mission solo, can you choose which other characters come with you, or are you completely alone? Ben, you are completely alone in the dark light of a dying star in the vast expanse of nothingness that is left in the universe. Seriously, though, single player, you are by yourself. We adjust the strength of the enemies and the challenge that you face in the mission to be sure that the difficulty is appropriate. We scale them up based on any combination, any number of players. But yeah, you'll play by yourself as a character. It gives you a chance really to hone that challenge and prove that you are the best solo Miko player in the universe. Lightscribe225 asks, are the single-player cutscenes dynamic? Will they feature the current Battleborn players have selected, or will the game play a fixed cutscene each time? Lightscribe, one of the things we found out by making Borderlands, the game before we made Battleborn, was that sometimes cutscenes, especially in a high-action game, are kind of disruptive. So we actually keep them very minimal. What we have done, though, is we've spent a lot of time on a dynamic VO system. So the characters have tons of lines of dialogue that change based on the other characters in your party, sometimes the level that you're playing. So you really do get that dynamic feeling of hearing different things, digging deep into the character, hearing your character perform and respond to different things in the mission, but we don't quite do it through cutscenes. We do it live in the level and give you that fresh experience every time that way. R. Aravez asks this: will there be different difficulty levels for the campaign? Yes, there will. Let me tell you a little bit about how that works in Battleborn. So first off, whether you're playing single player or up to five player co-op, you can play any of the levels, 2-player, 3-player, 4-player, 5-player, all the way there. We do adjust the difficulty to be sure that it's appropriate for the number of players that you have in your party. But yes, you can also play normal or hard difficulty in the campaign. Now, if that's not enough for you, let me tell you about another feature that we have in Battleborn. When you are playing in a story mission in Battleborn, there are a limited number of team respawns. That means if your team uses all the respawns and they go down to the zero, essentially you're out of lives. A player cannot respawn again. If all 5 players die, or if you're playing single player, you die with no respawns left, game over. You have to start over again and try again. So you can actually play Battleborn in hardcore mode on either normal or hard difficulty level, and that zeros the respawns. It means there are no free respawns in Battleborn, and you really get to play that challenge game, putting together a great combination of teammates, putting together awesome builds for your Battleborn, and trying to overcome the hardest challenge you can to show off your prowess at being the best Battleborn team hardcore in the universe. Talon Icon asks the following question: are items/gear that are able to be put into your loadout also used in PvP? If so, how does this balance out in PvP? Example, am I going to get wrecked by someone who has items in their loadout if I have none? To your first question, any item that you find in Battleborn right now can be used anywhere. You find an item in PvP, you can use it in PvE. You find an item in our PvE story missions, you can use it in your versus matches. So yes, absolutely get a piece of gear, use it however you want in any loadout. Now to your second question, if someone comes with legendary items in their loadout, and 3 legendary items, and you have none, yeah, they're going to have a little bit of a competitive advantage on you. It's just part of the game and part of the growth that we want to be sure that you feel as you play Battleborn over time. That said, one of the things that we're really doing to help combat against that getting wrecked feeling is if you are playing, we support skill-based matchmaking. So when you match into a versus match or a cooperative mission, hopefully you'll be playing with people that are more close to your skill level, your play experience level, and won't quite get wrecked as much as you fear. Graybeard 101 asks, just to clarify, does character rank apply to each character? For example, could I have a level 3 Orendi and a level 7 Wrath, say, or do I earn a general character rank that applies to any/every character that I play? Graybeard, character rank is specific to the character. So if you play Orendi for a long time, you're going to rank up Orendi all the way up to level 15 max, and your Wrath or your Phoebe or your Montana or Marquis, whatever other Battleborn you have, will still be at whatever character rank they have. Level 1 if you've never played them, or whatever level you left them at. We love that idea of character progression, that if you really dig in deep, there's some things to earn. Every rank that you earn on a character is also going to reward you something, either a skin or a taunt or mutation. A cool way to change up your helix augmentations in match and give you new methods of building out your character while you play the games of Battleborn. You also had not a question quote on this. Graybeard 101 again says, not a question, but just to say I've gone from WTF is this after the initial reveal, though this is going to be a complete mess, and after seeing early gameplay to this could be a lot of fun. As these questions are answered, I do hope my final position is Battleborn out. Hey, Graybeard, thank you so much for that. I'm glad that we've been able to answer some of your questions. And if you have more, go ahead and drop them to Badass Questions in Twitter or put them in the comment feed on this video. Hey everybody, thank you so much for your Battleborn questions this week. They've been awesome. I've loved answering them for you. Just a reminder, if you have more questions, you can send them to Badass Questions on Twitter, or you can post them in the comment feed for this video. And exciting news, everybody who had their community questions answered this week is going to win this badass shirt.